Welcome back to Undiscovered, and we are discovering a pretty amazing, beautiful, gorgeous artist today. She is actually a songwriter and a singer, and she is a Nashville recording artist. And I would like to welcome my very good friend Pamela Jean and her security guard Bella.
Hey
Welcome to my
Maria,
show. Welcome
how
to
are
my show.
you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Amazing. And it's been a while since I have you on my last show, and I am so grateful to have you again this time. And I wish that you are here in Las Vegas because there's a lot of things going on in Vegas right now. And I know you are a traveling singer and songwriter, by the way. So I know that you have to go around the nation. And I
Yeah,
know, your path is coming towards Las Vegas, right?
I'm looking end of February. I just got my new vehicle yesterday. That's been my holdup for touring for the last year and a half, is I've had a very unreliable vehicle, and I finally got out from under it. I've got a new vehicle, and yeah, Bella and I will see you guys in Vegas either end of February or early March.
So all those people out there who are looking for a country female singer, this is one of the things that actually how you stands out, Pamela, is because you are a woman. I know a lot of male country singers, but
Yeah,
your voice is just so powerful as you look. So please,
thank you.
for those people who are looking for somebody that's country, and please book my good friend Pamela. I'm trying
And
to
singer,
actually say,
I've got about an hour of original music. So if any of you venues want to have an hour of original music to open for some other local acts while I'm down there, that would be awesome as well.
yeah. So, well, we're gonna talk about your music in a bit here, but I just want to actually touch base a little bit about your traveling. How did you started doing all of these things? Like, how did you figure? When did you figure out that you are a very good and she is, by the way, a very good country singer? How and
I
when?
Well, I was singing my whole life, but I never sang in front of anybody. I was super shy. I tried to quit choir in 8th grade because I didn't want to sing solos at the piano in front of the rest of the class. And I always loved singing. I just didn't want to do it in front of anybody. And then at my senior all night party, somebody dared me to do karaoke, and I went and sang a Patsy Cline song. And nobody was in the gym at the time. So I figured, oh, I'll just sing a song now while everyone's in the other room. And then people came in and they were like, we didn't even know you could sing. You're awesome. So then I got over my fear of doing it. And then I started doing karaoke all the time. And then I started meeting up with some studios when I lived in Minneapolis and found some people that were helping me put some background music to some of my lyrics. And I started learning how to write songs. And then it just kind of became an endless journey after that.
Well, yeah, one of the thing about you is you're pretty shy before, and at least you actually um, open up that box and get out from your small box. And now look at that, you are inspiring so many people with your songs, including me. Actually, I love one of your song when I believe when you left me in Vegas, something.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
let's
I wrote that.
yeah, go
I
ahead.
wrote that when I lived in Vegas.
Yeah, you live in Vegas 1.5 years ago or more than that?
A year and a half ago, I came down for 2 months on a tour and a kind of a break to get out of the winter in my RV. And then in 2005 and 2006, I actually lived there for a year and a half.
Oh, you did. That's one of the
Yeah.
things that I didn't actually find out about you. But anyways, let's give them a little bit taste of You Left Me in Vegas.
Yeah.
The you deep down inside, I've swallowed all my pride just to let you in, only to let you go again. So you left me here in Vegas, a city you'd hardly see.
Right. Well, that song actually kind of inspires me. I like the tune. I love everything about it. And I remember you actually performed that in my studio, right? Did you?
No, I didn't perform it. I know that I sent it to you and you had it like at the beginning of some like several of your shows while I was
Oh,
down
that's
there.
right. Oh no,
Yeah.
you didn't perform it, but actually we use that soundtrack, by the way, on
Yeah.
Honeybee's Women Empowerment Talk Show, and it
Yes.
was
The
amazing.
honeybees. That was so much fun.
Yes, and yeah, I actually gonna continue that. I have so many other actresses that wanna do the honeybees, by the way, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna reuse again your that song. So it's amazing. So
Nice.
tell us a little bit about this. You left me in Vegas.
Well, I don't know how many people have been left in Vegas, but when I do this song live with my band, I literally will say, has anybody out there been left in Vegas before? And you'd be wildly surprised at how many people in other parts of the country, like Washington and Idaho, will raise their hand. And apparently I'm not the only one that got left in Vegas. It was a guy I met. I fell head over heels for him. Of course, I lived there. He was touristing. And we spent this amazing, awesome day together. And then he had to fly home. Well, we kept in touch for like months and months. And I thought that we were eventually going to hang out sometime. And, we were like having this long distance chat back and forth all the time. And then come to find out, like, he forgot to tell me about his wife and 3 kids.
Oh my God.
So
Where
when
he's
I told
from?
him,
Where he is from?
he was from Rhode Island.
Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Nice.
And yeah, so I like thought we were going to meet up again and start seeing each other, maybe fly back and forth. And then I find out he's married and has 3 kids. And yeah, it was not fun. And
how can you handle two women? Come on.
I don't know. I can barely handle myself. I don't know.
I know, right?
I want 2 of us on their hands. But no, so I was just really bummed out. And I was, 25 at the time. And it was just like I was on this endless search for my person. And I was just, I was heartbroken. And I was off in the desert one day and the song just came into my head and I went home and I wrote it. And I had already pulled over the car and started writing some of the lyrics while I was driving. And yeah, we kind of made it more of a fun, hokey country song. I was sad and heartbroken, but yeah, if you're a country artist, you write about being heartbroken and drinking. It's part of
and it's going to be a hit. But anyways, so do you actually use most of your experience to write a song as a composer?
All of it. So every word, every lyric, every sentence you hear in a song really happened. So I don't make these stories up. I don't make up how they happened, where they happened. I mean, it's my life, and it's usually the most crazy times, the saddest times, the most upset times, the most heartbroken times. When I'm happy and doing well, I don't write because I'm not stressed. I'm just out enjoying life. So a lot of my songs have come from definitely the more dark moments of my life.
So do you write songs more when you're heartbroken and sad, or when you're happier?
More when I'm heartbroken and sad.
Really?
And then I have certain
good. It's a therapeutic.
It's therapy for me. It is. It's for me to get something out of me that has been bothering me, that hurt me. Even it doesn't even have to be with me. My sister went through a divorce back in 2009, and she'd been with this guy for 9 years. Like our whole family thought she was staying with him forever. And they got divorced 45 days after they got married. And it blew my mind. And that's what my next music video that's coming out in a few days is called A Small Country Town. It's dedicated to my sister. We didn't know how much was going on behind closed doors, of how controlling he was. And, just these things you don't see in these relationships. And it broke my heart. My heart just broke for my sister. And I just couldn't figure out, how this guy just sucked her, just sucked her energy and just took everything she had inside of her. And so that's how I wrote Small Country Town. So it's not always just about my low parts of my life. It's definitely like other things I see or experience or feel through other people's lives as well that I've written about too.
That's amazing. That at least you are kind of like opening up your eyes for everything that's happening around you. Not
Right.
only,
But
not
the
only
thing,
towards yourself.
yeah. But the thing is when people are like, why don't you write a happy song? If you listen to most of my music, even though it starts off in a sad place, it usually ends up happy. Like somebody
It turns
leaves
the
somebody.
positive.
Yeah, like maybe I'm bummed about this person or whatever, but at the end I'm like having fun in Vegas by myself. Or it's
Yes.
like
That's the song all about, by the way. So yes.
yeah.
But anyways, we're gonna go in a quick break. When we come back, we're gonna talk a lot more about your album coming up, your new song coming up, and other songs that you already have it out there. And please stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen, and we will be right back with the beautiful Pamela Jean.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social Media Shows is now the new media of the century.
All right, welcome back to the Undiscovered segment or exclusive interview with Pamela Jean. And on the break, I was asking her, am I pronouncing your name correctly? And she's like, no, I love how you pronounce it. And yeah, it is just, I'm like, okay, I need to make my brain kind of straight because I know that I'm pronouncing it wrong, but she likes it.
So anybody who has like Spanish background, in Spanish, my name sounds way cooler. It's Pamela. Sounds like polyglot, In English, it's Pamela, which is pretty, but like in Spanish, Pamela. And you guys can never pronounce my name right, and I love it. I love it. It's Pamela. Like
Pamela. It's Pamela. Okay, now I lost it again. But anyways, welcome back, Pamela. There you go. Welcome back to Undiscovered, and we are discovering so many things about you. And you've been out there touring around the country, having so many songs already out there that are amazing. If you guys go and listen to it, I guarantee you're gonna enjoy it and you end up buying it. So let's talk about this album or this song that's coming out in a few days.
So Small Country Town, I wrote in 2009. It was recorded in Nashville in 2012. And it's been on Spotify. It's been on YouTube. It's been all over the place. It's been on my Searching for Utopia EP. So anyone who follows me or is really a fan of my music has heard the song a million times. But it was actually the very first song I ever had played on the radio too, out of San Diego back in I want to say 2012 or 13. Nope, it would have been 2000. No, I'm trying to think. 2012. Let's just go there because it was right after I went and recorded in Nashville, and they had a homegrown hour on one of their local radio stations, and it was the first song I ever had actual radio play for. And that was a song I was telling you I wrote for my sister, and we've spent a long time plotting this music video. It has to do with domestic violence and what it's like to be stuck in an abusive relationship. And domestic violence doesn't always look like somebody's getting punched or thrown through a window. It starts off as just somebody putting you down all the time, and where you just lose your self-esteem, you lose yourself, you lose everything about you because somebody just keeps cutting you down or not allowing you to express yourself or be who you are. And domestic violence is so much more than just having some bruises on your arm. There is a whole thing behind it that a lot of people don't see, and that a lot of people maybe haven't experienced. But 1 in 3 women and 1 in 4 men in our country have experienced domestic violence. So when you see me out there, promoting this big thing for domestic violence awareness, and I work with women's shelters across the country, and I raise money for women's shelters, I'm not trying to play light on the subject that men aren't getting abused too. I understand it goes both ways. It's in straight relationships. It's in gay relationships. I mean, it's all over the board. It's men treat men bad, women treat women bad, men treat women bad, women treat men bad. It's a vicious cycle that somehow people need to start getting more healthy with themselves so they can be more healthy with their partners. And domestic violence it's crazy because you can get into it and know it's there and think it's going to change, or you can get into something and never see it for a year and a half, and all of a sudden your partner flips a switch and turns psycho controlling on you, and you didn't even see it coming because they didn't care what you were doing for a year and a half. And then all of a sudden they're like, no, I don't want you doing that. And it's like, I've been doing this for a year and a half. Why can't I do this now? And I guess my biggest thing is anybody who's in a domestic violent relationship, I want you to know that there's help out. And the reason I focus so much on women and children and domestic violence is because if you go look at the statistics of how many women get killed at the hands of their abuser versus a 200-pound man and a little tiny woman, the statistics are nowhere even close to how many men, have to fear for their lives, have to move to a different state like I did to get away from their abuser. The things that men can do, if I start fighting a man, he can physically grab me, pick me up, and put me outside and lock the door. I can't do that to a man who's twice my size. I'd love to.
Yeah, right. Right.
It ain't happening. So I am very big on helping women out of these situations because there are so many more women that go into hospitals, that have to get rushed in the ambulance, that are getting killed. I mean, this is not a joke. Domestic violence is very serious and it is very common. And if I can be the voice to help one person save their life and getting out, that's my mission with what I do.
Yes, absolutely. And I am all into women empowerment. And one of the things that you mentioned is there's a lot of help out there. Go and seek help. And also, first things most is before actually seeking help, try to evaluate yourself, especially for women out there. Evaluate yourself. Are you enabling the other person to actually abuse you? Because sometimes we are not just weak in body, but we are weak in mind. But when you have a strong mind that fight all these things and say, hey, enough is enough. I gotta have to fight for myself, because even though you're gonna get help outside, and if you're gonna stay the same thing as you are with the previous relationship, you're gonna end up the same way. So first things most is help yourself and build that self-confidence.
And what I would love to talk about, so the last time you saw me, I was just coming out of like a complete depression, mental breakdown. Like I was day drunk, calling into work, couldn't get out of bed. I mean, I was a Greek train wreck, like Greek tragedy train wreck when you met me. Like, didn't seem like it because I had got down to
I
Vegas.
didn't notice it. Yes.
I was in the sunshine and I was happy, but I went through a really, 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 really tough time. And it was a very dark place in my life. And I've gotten very real with myself since you've seen me. I'm in addiction counseling right now. I'm in regular counseling. I am in
Awesome.
like, you name it, I'm in it. I have been doing nothing but working on myself straight for the last 6
Good.
months. Before that, I just kind of started seeing myself spiral into a pattern where I was like, this is not me. This is not who I've ever been. And it's time to get out of it. And, you know, like you said, you got to work on yourself. And if there's one thing that my grandma left me with many, many years ago, you know, everybody's always looking for their perfect person, or, you know, the person. People can say they're having fun single all day long, which everybody who's single usually is having a great time. But at the end of the day, most people in this world are looking for their other half, or even that person to just spend that quality time with, you know. And my grandma looked at me one day and she says, if you want to find a good mate, you have to be a good mate.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at myself back in the day. Nobody is going to want to be with the drunk girl that can't find her shoes at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's needing to be carried out of a bar. No man or woman in their right mind wants to be with a bumbling drunk idiot. So yeah, if you're that bumbling drunk idiot and you're out there looking for a good human being to be with, it's not going to happen. And it might happen for a little while, and then if you have a decent person, they're going to get fed up with it and be like, hey, this isn't fun for me anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
Self-care.
yes,
Self-care.
yeah. Well, let's go ahead and listen to your song right now.
Okay.
Wedding day, everything looked perfect to everyone else anyway. And you and me, an amazing actress you'd make, dwindling the decade with hopes that he'd change. But your lights always shine brighter than that small country town. You were ready to break at the seams, but he always put you down in that small country town. You followed him to the woods in your camouflage. I had fancy dinner, VIP at the Mirage. Thought you were happy, she doesn't need what I need. So different, but from the same genes. Yeah, you're right.
Welcome back, and that's the other song that she has. Pamela, where they can find your music?
Oh, you can find it on Spotify. I have all of my new stuff is on Spotify as well. Just look up Pamela Jean. If you're on YouTube, look up Pamela Jean Unlimited. Instagram and Facebook are both Pamela Jean Unlimited as well. But as far as finding the whole album, go to Spotify, look up Pamela Jean, Jean, and you'll find my latest song, Whiskey Wasted and Slip Away, and then my Searching for Utopia EP. And then I have one hidden gem that isn't fully finished yet that's coming out in November.
Awesome. And you also have your own website, correct?
I do. It's PamelaJeanUnlimited.com.
And what other
If you want to
songs?
see,
Yes.
if you want to see this is my head of security when she's off duty.
Yes.
She's like dreaming. She's dreaming and barking in her sleep right now.
We're just trying to protect Mama. But anyways, what other songs they can find on your album when they go to your website or your your music platforms?
So on all the music platforms, you'll find Searching for Utopia, which has 6 songs. You'll hear You Left Me Here in Vegas, which you've already heard, in Small Country Town. You're going to hear Geminis. I have Falling, which is my battle with drug addiction about 20 years ago, which is a very powerful song and video. What's my other ones on there? Nothing to Do with You. And that's a song I wrote for my dad for getting out of Minnesota. He thought I left because I was mad at him. I said, it has nothing to do with you. I just hated the weather in Minnesota. And Out There, which is the very first song I ever wrote. And then you'll hear my latest one, Whiskey Wasted and Slip Away. And you'll hear one of my favorites, which is not my song, but I got to sing it. It's called Stay. My friend Richard wrote the song back in, 2009, I think, 2010, and wanted a girl with a raspy voice to record it. And I got to record his song Stay, and he let me put it up on all my social media as well. So there's a lot. Everything else of mine is original. Stay is my friend Richard's, and I'd love for you to listen to that one as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being with me today, Pamela Jean. And please go and follow Pamela on her social media, Pamela Jean Unlimited on YouTube. And as long as you type it in, and we also have her link on this interview down below. So click on that, follow it, and download her songs. Help her to help other victims of domestic violence, because she actually support that, obviously. And also, when after this interview, you will see a lot of her songs and her music videos. So please don't, when we get off the camera, please continue to watch this. Thank you so much, and hope to see you soon here.
Oh, by the way, viewers at home can't see my Vikings slippers.
Yeah, I have my jersey in my closet. I should have
Maria and I we both spent many years in Minnesota. We're both Vikings fans.
Yes.
So horns up.
Yes, please don't be a hater. And we're doing good, by the way. But anyways,
I know, we're really good.
Yes, we're gonna go on a freaking Allegiant when they get to the to the finals, to the Super Bowl.
Maybe next time I see you, we'll both be wearing Super Bowl champion.
Yes, yes. So
one can dream. One can dream, right?
Yes. And then we're gonna call all our Minnesota family to come here. But anyways, guys, we're running out of time. Thank you so much, Pamela, and thank you, Maria. All your songs. Let's get it out there. And for all of you fans, please go ahead and continue to go and download and listen to Pamela Jean's music. We're gonna get her out there. She should be opening that Super Bowl if Vikings is, you know what I mean? The halftime. But anyways, thank you so much. And we love you all. Please continue to watch Undiscovered with Priscilla Moy, in-person interview with all the artists, comedians, entrepreneur in Las Vegas. And if you guys are out from Las Vegas, we can do the same interview as we are doing right now. So please go to socialmediashows.com. Bye now, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you for listening.
I'm afraid. Easier, sweet and I am I supposed to sleep? Can't stop these voices inside me. Morning light is peeking in, wondering where I've been. How will I feel tomorrow? Will I regret today? When I wake up in a state of daze, what will my body say? I'm falling, about to lose control. I spread my arms like wings, but somehow